Thanks for joining me on the Tech Director YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk about early careers and advice you can use early on in your technology career as a catalyst to create future opportunities and maximize your earning potential. Please comment below any topics you'd like me to discuss in future. Let me know what videos to make more of in the future. So, what is an early stage career? It is the initial phase of a professional journey. Now, the duration of early stage varies based on your philosophy and what you consider early stage careers. I would say it's at minimum the first 5 years of your career, if not even longer. I would say it took me till I was 25 to figure out what I wanted from a career, and 30 till I was really on track and making things happen. So don't box yourself in and think just because you're a certain age or been in a certain length of time that you're beyond early stage. It really depends on where you are in your individual journey. So I've been in IT over 20 years and had entry level jobs and an early career phase that was very successful, and I was able to leverage that into future success. And that's what I want to help you achieve today as well. So the first piece of advice around early careers is it's all about building relationships. So these are the relationships that you make with your peers, your colleagues that you're working with, possibly supervisors, your manager, project sponsors, directors, even business clients. Just building good relationships is really the key to a successful early stage in your career, because the relationships you build with others will create the opportunity for you in the future to succeed, because those people will be in hiring positions. Those people will be in advisor positions, be trusted by other members of the team or company that you've not met before, and can vouch for you and advocate for you even when you're not there. So how do you build good relationships? How can you build relationships that are going to blossom into partnerships and opportunities in the future? So the first one, and not everyone's able to do this, but I encourage you to do it as much as you can, face-to-face time. That means if you can, go into an office. Maybe you have a hybrid work arrangement where you're required to be in office 3 days a week or 2 days a week, and that you fulfill that obligation. Try and make it more if you can. If you're in the early stage of your career, that in-person time, even the proximity of I'm in the office, maybe I don't know everybody, but there's other people in the office. They see you in the office. It's an opportunity to connect with them. Maybe a coffee with somebody you don't know, just a hello on your way to the kitchen. Those little things over years, over a long career, count for something. Let's just play a scenario out. You apply for a position, and unbeknownst to you, an advisor to the person hiring is the person that likes to go in office 5 days a week and happens to say, oh, I know Steve that applied for that job. I see him in the office all the time. I really like that he makes the time to get into the office. Sounds like nothing. It could be the difference between you and another candidate. So in face-to-face, in office time builds the best and longest lasting relationships. So let's say you do go to the office, you're in person. Don't sit at your desk and just take Teams and Zoom and Google Meet calls all day long. If you're in a call with another colleague that's in the same office as you, even if there are other people, book a room. Find a way to get into the room with another individual so you can have the pre-call socialization, the post-call talk when you're walking back to your desks. It's a great opportunity to learn a little bit more about them. The chit chat will naturally follow, and maybe you'll learn about opportunities or other work that's going on in the company that you didn't know about. So getting in person, getting in meeting rooms, asking people, hey, I'm going to get a coffee, want to join me? And just taking a 15-minute break and talking to someone and getting to know them makes a difference as well. So let's say you're not able to get in the office. Let's say you're a fully remote person, or you're hybrid and you go into the office, but you can only make it 2 days a week, and it never really works out with other people that are there. So the in-person message doesn't quite ring true for you. So that I know you'll be on video conference calls. Everyone's on them these days. Camera on, super important. People need to be able to see you, need to see that you're engaged, not distracted, looking at messages or emails or on your phone. Try and stay in the moment of the meeting. So turn your camera on. Now, some people I know are not comfortable with the camera on. They don't like looking at themselves, or they're uncomfortable with the state of where they're living or where they're working from. So just consider blurring your background. Consider using a virtual background. Consider turning off self-view so you don't even see yourself on there. Trust me, no one is looking at you in that way. You are there on the carousel of celebrity squares. No one's singling you out for special attention. They're probably looking at themselves more than they are you. But seeing you there, even if you're not in person, it does mean more than just being a set of initials or an avatar on the screen. So anecdotally, I can tell you in my work, the people that are advanced the furthest in the company, the leaders of the company, have their cameras on. The people that don't have their cameras on, more reserved staff, typically will be the lower in the organizational chart. It's anecdotal. It's not causation and correlation here. You're not getting promoted because your camera's on. I'm saying the behaviors of people that turn their cameras on, that show they're engaged, that are more memorable than a faceless pair of initials on the screen, create opportunities for themselves. So camera on, even if you're uncomfortable. Good manners, super important. Saying thank you when somebody gives you even negative feedback, constructive criticism, saying thank you when somebody took the time to help you or explain something to you. Thank you notes. You could write a really nice email. It says, I really appreciated when you took the time to show me the difference between X and Y. Those things all really add up. If you have some sort of internal program where there's a post-it note board of thank yous or anything like that, I encourage you to use it as much as possible. It means a lot to people. Be aware of your communication style and the communication style of others. So here's what I mean. I find nowadays people don't really cold call very much. I get a lot of sales calls that are cold calls, but cold calls from colleagues is fairly limited. So if that's your style of, oh, I need this, I'm just going to call, that's fine. But I would say that needs to be the second call that you make. The first time you call someone, you say, hey, I really need to talk to you about this over Teams, maybe. Can I call you? And then when you're on the phone, say, listen, I typically like to work via the phone versus messaging back and forth. Is it okay if I just call you next time I have a question? Just set the stage that you're a phone caller, not a texter or an emailer. I like that you have the urgency and the agency to call people, but the person on the other end, they could be in a meeting. They could be in the middle of something and not able to take a call. So just having that awareness of, let me pause and make sure that the message I'm trying to convey, which is I am acting with urgency and agency, and I want to get things done, is received by the person I'm calling that way, that I'm not encroaching on them in a way that creates a negative feeling. So just being aware of your communication style. And I'm not saying you need to be super flowery with all your language and superfluous with the, oh, thank you so much for taking all this time out of your day to help me with this. You can be to the point, you can be concise and polite, but no, if you are a concise person, that how your email reads or how your words come across may seem more harsh to someone, especially from a culture that's used to providing a lot of flowery language when they speak. So again, just being aware of your communication style and thinking, how is this received by the person I'm communicating with? This is a big one, follow through. If you're going to commit to doing something, you got to do it. You have to do it. Even if you're struggling with it, you have to say, I'm trying to do this thing and here's where I'm struggling. As an early stage career person, no one expects you to know everything. We expect you to struggle. So you have to be upfront with what you are struggling with and say, I have this deadline, it's approaching, I'm worried I'm not going to make it. How can I do it? Look for help. Act with urgency. Don't wait till the 11th hour to say, I didn't do that thing. Say earlier on, I'm unsure I'm going to be able to make that commitment. What's that impact? Try and make the connection between the work you do and the bigger picture of what's going on. It's that follow through. It's that open communication of here's how things are going that really helps build those relationships as well, because people will trust that you're going to do what you said you're going to do. And if you can't do it, you're going to tell them early enough that everyone can figure out how to help you or adapt as necessary. So notice I didn't say anything about technology or a certain skill set that you need to focus on. There's so many IT disciplines you couldn't. But in your early stage of your career, even as a graduate of a computer science program, guess what? When you get in the working world, we don't expect you to know anything. Okay? We expect you'll be a fast learner if you have that background in education in a certain discipline. But there's so many intricacies and unique elements that make up each company and each department within that company. You're not going to be expected to hit the ground running. We expect you to come with good attitude, to be a good communicator, to act with urgency, to do what you say you're going to do, and to be good to work with, polite. If you do all those things, and then you add in, oh, I'm actually also quite technically capable on the back end, and that's something you can work out in time, that's going to be really what provides those opportunities in future. So to recap, get in person if you can. If you can't be in person, turn your camera on, saying thank you to people who take the time to help you, following through with your commitments and being aware of your communication style and cognizant of how to make it as enjoyable a experience for the person receiving your messages as possible. That's everything I wanted to get through today. Thanks for spending time here at the Tech Director YouTube channel. Please do like and subscribe and comment below if there's any topic you would like me to cover in a future video. It can be specific to your example, give me as much information as can, or a more general or philosophical question about technology careers. If you want to speak with me one-on-one, there's a link in the comments as well where you can book a free consultation call with me. Thank you for spending your time with me.